Hello guys and welcome back to another Dawn of War 3 replay where I want to show you guys something because in this game you don't, it's another different build order you can use, because in this game you don't necessarily have to use the same build order every single time, because obviously that's the point of the game. You need to try new things every single time you play. So I decided this time I was going to go for an Assault Marine rush straight up. But instead I need to build two servitors, one for the top point and one for this bottom point. So I didn't chuck anything down these middle 3 points to begin with. So I started off with a barracks and these two back points, and as soon as that barracks was done I was already smashing that E button down to press the Assault Marine squads ready to go. They are then going to come down to this bottom bit down here, and I'm going to try and capture this bottom one. So yeah, I've captured the top point already, and I immediately want to build the requisition generator, sorry, because that will allow me to get the requisition quicker for these Assault Marines. Don't worry about power just yet, because you are mostly trying to rush Assault Marines, so you need to get as much requisition as you possibly can to start with. So I've already got this servitor heading down here to see if they can scout out that point, and obviously there's already something there, so I'm not going to chuck it in. I can't see already if he does have a generator on any of these three, but that's why I don't rush into it. So I can sort of see now that he doesn't have anything there, but I'm not looking at my servitor at this point. I'm looking at this bit. I'm looking at my Assault Marines coming down on the way. He is already starting to capture this point, and I've got a builder here that I probably could have gone in and put something on there to begin with, but I sort of just didn't want to put my builder out in the field and just waste him. Quickly jumping over to his side, he's only got the two tactical marine squads, so he's done similar to what I've done, but he's actually got 5 points on the field, so that's okay. I don't mind that he has those 5 points. I was happy to let him take them. So now he's got 4 because I've taken this bottom one, and I've got my second Assault Marine squad in the drop pod ready to go. I'll just speed it up a little bit here. So I can still see these guys, there's nothing here, so I've dropped my second squad just here, and I've decided to capture this point instead of just sending my builder in. So I then put these Assault Marines on this point, and I can see down here a little bit that he does have a builder. I can't see it at the moment, but he does have a builder in the shield just there. So we've got an engagement going on here, which was a little bit of a bad one on my part. I definitely shouldn't have let those Assault Marines go in there. So I just decided to use the builder here to waste his time and let him take the builder out, so that my Assault Marines can sort of just get away. So he doesn't end up following them now, which is good for me. I'm just taking out his builder up the top here, and I'm about to send my Assault Marines over to capture this back point. So that's the reason I went triple Assault Marine, is so that I've got enough points around here that I can actually move them around the field, because what you want to do is take these back points off him, because now that he only has this one here and this one here, he's not got a lot going for him. Yes, he does have this bottom one again, but he's about to lose it in a minute. So I've taken my Assault Marines back here to reinforce them, and I've got 2 squads down the bottom here. So 2 squads, these two, and they're going to both rush this bottom point. I'm also going to build a chapel barracks there, so that he can't, or so that I've got some sort of reinforcement just here. So he doesn't end up taking back this back point for some reason. I'm not really too sure why, because he has 2 squads right here that he very easily could have taken it with any time he wanted. So I don't know if he was just new to the game or not, but oh well, it's my point now, so I'm going to accept that. Got my Assault Marines heading in to try and do some damage just here. He does drop his standard, so I have to try and do what I can just here. I end up backing out though, because he ends up taking a squad, I believe. No, sorry, I end up backing out 1 squad and just trying to push forward a little bit, but it's just not going to be an easy engagement for me, so I have to pull my squads back out. I probably could have taken him out because he only had the 1 squad there, but then he did bring in the extra 2, so I was like, no, I can't do that, so I have to back out. I do have my kill team ready to go in a second, and I'll be dropping them just up here somewhere, just as soon as he starts to push in. So he takes that one, I take my servitor down to this little bit just here into the cover, so that he can't see it. Oh no, sorry, I take it back up here so I can put the chapel barracks down. Drop the kill team, and I'm going to chuck them down on these guys on the point, and jump my Assault Marines straight on in. Meanwhile, I'm also attacking up here into this generator, but I don't see my Assault Marines getting attacked too soon. I don't see them in time before they get taken out. So, yeah, you see I try to pull them out, but I just don't see them in time, and I have nothing there to be able to pull them out. So I take back this bottom point, and that's really good for me. I've got this chapel barracks going up here as well, with 2 more assault marine squads on the way, 1 in the drop pod. I'm just going to reinforce these guys real quick, and I'm basically ready to try and push into this shield generator again. I believe I go for the top one, I could be wrong. Oh no, that's right, I'm pushing for this elite point because I need this middle one as well. So I've got the 2 squads ready to go and push into that elite point. He doesn't have a turret on there, so that's really good for me. He only has the elite point generator, so that's another big mistake on his part. Just going to pause it just here. That elite point generator costs a hell of a lot to begin with, okay? Was 112 and 34. Do not build that elite point early game. You do not need it whatsoever. Sure, that middle point will get you something in the long run, but you do not need that elite point early on, so that's just a waste of resources on his behalf. So I've managed to go and, you see, like, I've completely wasted that generator for him just there. Resuming the game, I'm now getting attacked at the bottom again, but that's alright. He can have that point. The only annoying thing about this one is it does have Gabriel, and he has a few squads down here, which means that he also knows, and I think he already knows that this barracks is at the top here, and he ends up pushing into it, which is really annoying, but that's alright, because I'm going to send my squads up here and attack the rest of his shield generator. So he sends them all up here, and he takes out my shields, my barracks, which is okay, I guess. I've still got a second one ready to go. I've taken out his shields as well, which means that I can start taking up to tier 2, and I can build extra stuff as well. I've built another servitor, so that I believe I'm going to build a barracks or something of the sorts up this end somewhere. I've also got this, and he's also trying to attack into my shields as well. So I've seen that in advance, and I've started dropping units in. I also have DaWildMoose there, so I can take out majority of his ranged units with melee. I've also got a couple of assault marine squads just here harassing until the rest of my units get here in the back line. And I've still got another squad just up here ready to come in when I can get them in. I dropped the vortex grenade on top of him, so it does a little bit of slow damage and a bit of a debuff on him. And basically all I need to keep doing is just assault marine jumping on top of his units one at a time, so that I can keep stunning him and sort of pushing him down so that he can't do anything. Because as you see, they've got the knockback and they've got the stun. So I win this engagement here because he just doesn't have enough units here. I believe he tries to pull a unit out in a minute as well. He does have Gabriel though, so that's a big advantage for him, but he's just not using him very wisely in this matchup. What he should be doing is focusing on DaWildMoose over the back there, I think. He also dropped his standard as well, which didn't do a lot in his favour, I don't believe. Or was it my standard? I'm not sure. I think it may have been mine. But at the same time, he still very well could have some sort of a scout or something attacking this back this back point. But he's not. He's focusing too much on this. I've managed to pull my Deathwatch team out because they are getting low, so I managed to pull them back over there, drop them out, and bring them back in again and upgrade them with the flames. And they're pretty much ready to go again because they have their Vortex Grenade back and they have their Flamethrower back ready to go, and a full reinforced squad. So I did lose, I believe, 1 squad in this engagement of Assault Marines, but he lost everything in that engagement. He does get this 1 squad out, which is alright because I believe he ends up going back here to reinforce. I should have tried to take that squad out. But anyway, he only has the 1 squad just here, I believe, and they're gone, and he just has Gabriel left over. And so yeah, all I have to really do is try and surround Gabriel so that he can't get him out, and I don't believe he has any. Oh no, he has 1 God Splitter charge left. He should have used that to get him out, but he doesn't. I don't know why. But I end up taking Gabriel down, and I pretty much have the entire map at this point. So because I have the entire map, I pretty much just bring everything forward to this point, and I'm ready to push in. So I'll just speed it up a little bit, just so that I can get them over there quicker. Okay, so I'm ready to push into this bottom shield generator as well to get the extra requisition. So push in, he basically has nothing to defend it. He has a couple of squads there which may do a little bit, but this is not going to be enough. DaWildMoose goes a little bit too far forward here, so he ends up getting a bit of turret fire on him, which is annoying. But I managed to pull him out before he gets too much. I believe he has a scout squad or something in there too, because he ends up trying to do a stun somewhere there. So I have plenty of stuff here to keep pushing in and doing a lot of damage to him. So yeah, I take out the shields at the same time because I have the power swords on the assault marines. And for some reason he keeps pushing forward. I really don't know why he does that. He really should have stayed his units back. Like that. He should have stayed within the range of the turrets because I can't get in there. So just like that, my shields were gone from the turret, so what he should have done is stayed like he did. That's exactly what he should have done, right. So I've got my Doctor and Chapel down the bottom here, and I'm going to build one Devastator squad. I only want the one because I want to get my my Machine Cult in the back here, I believe. Is it Machine Cult? No, what do I get? I get something here, I can't remember what I was getting. Anyway, maybe it was an extra Assault Marine squad. But yeah, I'm pretty much ready to try and push into this bottom point as well. I don't think I do it straight away though. I'm sort of just reinforcing all my stuff here so that I can get some extra stuff in. I think I'm saving that extra requisition. Blah, that was a weird word. Requisition so I can get my Machine Cult out and potentially get some land speeders out, because I do have the maybe it doesn't show. Oh yeah, Lone Wolf land speeder thing, which means that when I've got a land speeder by itself in his backline, it's going to have an extra shield to take out units. I dropped the standard here just to try and delay the damage from those scouts. Because yeah, like I said, he should have attacked those scouts earlier, but he doesn't. So I'm sort of watching it just here, and I drop the extra power generator on it, so he's basically just wasting his time here. I also have the orbital strike that I could have used to get rid of those scouts, but that would have been a massive waste. So I end up just holding it just in case he gets anything extra there, and as you can see, he's got a couple of squads just here sort of ready to attack from the top. I take out his last strategic point, and he just basically has nothing left here. So let's speed it up a little bit. He is trying to do whatever damage he can just here. He has the frag grenade ability on his TAC Marines, which is really interesting. I haven't used that yet, so I might have to give it a try in the future because it could be very useful. He ends up taking out... No, he doesn't end up taking that squad out. I end up bringing him back, I believe. But I dropped the orbital strike because I know that he's got a couple of squads up there that I'm sort of just trying to get rid of, but I end up just leaving it on the turret to do what damage I can on the turret. What I should have done is sort of tried to bring it closer in to maybe get rid of his barracks or something, but I didn't end up doing it, so that's fine. He is trying to push in here again, and I'm sort of just keeping my units out of the way so that he doesn't do any damage on them. I try and do little bits of stun damage on him just to sort of, yeah, do what I can, but it's not going to be much. I tried to get my my teleporter off a couple of times with these guys, but for some reason I just never managed to get the button right. Or, yeah, I don't know what I was doing wrong, but I never managed to get them off. But I have the Death Storm there to take out any extra units of his, and Gabriel goes down yet again, and he basically just has nothing he can do about it. He's got absolutely no resources whatsoever. Yeah, he's sort of just trying to do what he can to hold off where he can, but he can't, and he ends up surrendering and calling GG. So that was just a quick fun match. I thought I'd try something new with the Assault Marine rush, and yeah, I just don't think he was ready for it, and there was nothing he could do about it to push it back. So I hope you enjoyed that one, guys. It was just a little bit of something new, something fun, and I quite enjoyed that matchup. And yeah, let me know if you want to see more of it. Let me know if you want to see any other new builds. Comment as well below if there's any builds that you guys use that you think I should try. Because that's always fun. I always enjoy doing new builds and seeing what I can do. Because, you know, eventually these sort of tactics will go out once there's new patches and updates and whatever for different units. Eventually some of these will become obsolete. And I just always like trying new different things every single time I can. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe, comment below different things you want to see, different things you enjoy, such and such, anything you feel like commenting below. Thank you very much for watching yet again. I will see you next time.